colonialism is not a thinking machine, nor a body endowed with reasoning faculties. It is violence in its natural state, and it will only yield when confronted with greater violence.
Kenga patani ditangolo kusudon. Wetu kala tisindawa na mauvili makumenene na tisipata nafasi ya kulota kunda lipundishi disikola ni tuvanu tusikala vila na kusidi na meni nkaloni kutunyenyekede na meni me kutulangude nyamanyi na wetu atusimanya kenga tundoka wanda pagu kwali vanu wamanyite kusomya kwali kupagu vanu wamanyite nyama sipita kenga pakati petu na kana mwakati wo wetu tusindo wanemeni kwali wajuju wetu watata wetu kuwe mekupata inafasi ya kulota kututumidide wetu kusikola kanji wanao wasinda pati nemeni tabu kuwakamula kumkuka na kumpanga na wakale madengo wanao na wakakola madengo lala abasipata njulu kukali wakulota kwida na tutumike twana wawo kutubya koda nyamani mambo mwenkalona lala tunyenyekede me kutulangude nyamani sio tulota kukanda pata wetu muzo.
The first thing which the native learns is to stay in his place and to not go beyond certain limits. This is why the dreams of the native are always of muscular prowess. His dreams are of action and of aggression. I dream I am jumping, swimming, running, climbing. I dream that I burst out laughing, that I span a river in one stride, or that I'm followed by a flood of motor cars which never catch up with me. During the period of colonization, the native never stops achieving his freedom, from 9 in the evening until 6 in the morning.
It was about 11 o'clock. I heard a rough knock on the door. And I said, "Who is there?" And they shouted, "Police." So I dressed up and I went with the police to their police cells. They told my wife that I would be back in a short period of time.
How long were you in prison?
I was in prison approximately for 5 years.
Would you tell me how it affects you?
Well, when I was in detention, the feelings I had and my colleagues did have, I looked at, for instance, the history of black people from the days of slavery. I found that they suffered at the hands of white people. Then I looked at the days of colonialism. I also found that the black man was again at the bottom of everything, was under oppression from the white man. And I looked at America and Britain. In America, I still found that despite the emancipation, the black man was still at the bottom of everything. He's as it were an object. And then we looked at South Africa and Rhodesia. We found that these were countries with institutionalized racism, where again the black person is at the bottom of everything, undergoes torture, is something less than human, is an object. If you don't tell them what they want, you then go to detention. But the other system of torture is that they can tie you to your legs to a tree, your hands to a car, and pull. They say if you don't tell us who did what or what you did, we are going to pull you apart. And of course they pull. Some people have died as a result of torture.
What did you feel when you came out of prison?
I didn't, I'd grown in a way to be indifferent. The torture I'd undergone for the last 5 years made me less and less feeling about things, just take life as it comes. So even when I came out, there was no great excitement on my part. And I still felt that I was still in prison.